No, you don't know now, nigga. So, bitch, you don't know now, nigga.
Hello, good people. This is Tavarus. Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Rated MA Podcast.
What's up? This is Daebrian. How you guys doing?
Hola, como cita? This is Blake. Thicker than cold grits.
Oh my god!
Don't you love it?
I love that. Actually. That used to be my old Instagram name.
Bitch, really?
Cold grits thick.
Cold grits thick. I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do
briefly.
Bitch sitting up here looking like soup.
Oh,
Just as thin.
party. B. Anyway, next week is our fan appreciation episode, so we're accepting questions at ratedmapodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you send us some questions if you want some advice, if you want to know something about the cast members, and we will read them live on air. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Rated MA Podcast. So, this past weekend was actually really, really fun because Daebrian's birthday was this weekend, and he had like the most amazing 90s party.
Thank you. It was awesome.
It was so lit. It was so lit.
Daebrian know all the niggas.
All of them.
Like, it was so many things up in there I never seen before. Everything was yellow and cute. And it's not about colorism, but I do like a yellow phone.
That's all you saw. I didn't see air piece of yellow in there.
There was a bunch of yellow niggas.
I saw a whole bunch of brown. It was probably as yellow as me.
Oh, bitch.
To be clear, it was a mixed party. It was gay. It was straight. It was women, lesbians, straight girls. It was a plethora of my type of people.
But very gay friendly.
Gay friendly, most definitely.
With the most amazing playlists.
Oh yeah.
Especially curated. You want to promote your little playlist on Apple Music?
Oh yeah. So follow me on Apple Music at same name as my Instagram, Short Dude Big City. I have my playlist that was curated for the party is also on Short Dude Big City on iTunes. So make sure you check it out. And I do load a different playlist once a week. So I'm trying to like build my followers there. Yeah, and you know, I'm a lover of music, so I always kind of like tie in the music to everything that I do in my life. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that as well.
So how long have you been in California, Daebrian?
4 years.
Because you know a lot of people. Like, I could never pack out no party like that.
Well, also, I worked in publicity and marketing for a while, so we did a lot of events throughout the city, so I met a lot of people that way. And then just networking and holding on to those contacts and never burning bridges.
And you from Maryland, right?
I'm from D.C.
D.C., okay. And Blake is from...
I was born in Pennsylvania.
St. Martinville, Louisiana.
I'm from the boot and we ain't afraid to shoot.
And I'm from Houston. So,
Texas.
How hard is it to find your tribe in L.A.? Like, how long did it take you to find the group of people that really stuck to you?
It took up until now. I feel like now I'm really starting to see who the real friends are and the ones that stick around. When I first moved to LA, it was all about what do you do?
Right.
It was never what's your name, where you from. It was always what do you do? And if you didn't do anything that benefited the people that you met, they moved on. And so now I find just being my true, authentic self with everybody that I come across, they stick to you. Mm-hmm. They do. They stick to you, and they don't want to let you go, and I don't want to let them go. So I just appreciate everybody that I've met here in LA because it's been a great support system. Mm-hmm. Just about, I would say, 97.9% of the people at my party I knew.
And what about you, Blake? How long did it take you to find your groove with friends here?
I think it took me a very long time, but I'm not even going to be that close-minded to say I found the groove. I think I'm still finding the groove. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm still learning the people and finding out, different things about them that may not gel with me and noticing different things about myself that may not gel with other people. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a learning experience, but that's in life in general,
Right.
Yeah. How long have you been here, Tavarus?
I've been here 12 years.
Okay. And when did you find your groove?
It took me a good 8 years in.
Yeah, that's where I am too. Yeah.
And I still don't have that many friends, but
I think it's different times for different people.
What you mean?
It takes us all different times or a different allotted amount of time for each of us to make those connections that stick.
Right. So in your groups of friends that you do have, how many could you say that, like, in a crisis, you could literally just pick up and call and they will come running?
I'm going to honestly say I think all of them for different reasons, for different crises. So if I'm going through a crisis that may require some type of something that friend does not have, then it's hard for me to call on that particular friend. I think you call on friends for different reasons.
Right.
Some people you might need for emotional support. Sometimes you might need somebody for financial support. Like if I go to jail and I get bailed out, I need to get bailed out like immediately. It depends on what the bail look like. I don't know. There's a short list of people that I would call versus as if I need somebody to like show up and give me emotional support. And, you know, there's probably another short list of people that I could call.
Right.
And maybe there's some overlap in the list, maybe there's not. But I think you have friends for different reasons.
Right. What about you, Daebrian?
I agree with that. There's maybe less than 5 friends, I think, here in LA that I could call if there was a financial issue. Like if I was, you know, late on my rent or something, I could call any one of those 5 people up and I think I would be fine with them. And then there, like Blake said, there are some friends that are more of like emotional support friends who will get it right away. I don't even have to open my mouth. They already know, okay, I'm on my way, you know. And that's a smaller list. But all in all, every single one of my friends here in LA, I could use them for something different, you know, in a time of crisis or in need.
Do y'all
How about
like
you?
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Well,
maybe 3 as far as who I would trust to whatever the situation is. If they help me out with something, they're not gonna go tell my business to the rest of the group. Like it'll be just between us, because I don't like people who run their mouth too much.
Yeah.
Or if you did something for me, you tell me.
Then don't throw it back in my face.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What kind of? So this brings me to a good question. Like, what kind of friend do you think you are? Are you that friend that's there for the emotional support, for the financial support, or what kind of support, Tavarus?
I'm there for whatever kind of support I can give you at the time. I ain't got no money, but if I had it, I would be there for all my friends, you know, if I could.
Well, no, I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm saying. It's not to negate that.
Yeah.
If a friend could provide you financial support, that they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I do believe, like, if we all had endless, let's say, if all of my friends had endless cash and I needed them for anything and I had none, I do feel like I could pick up the phone and call any one of the people that I call a friend.
Right.
And they'd be like, oh, it's nothing, you know, unless I needed, you know, endless cash. Yeah, okay. David, what kind of friend do you think you are?
I think I'm an emotional friend. I think I've been a financial friend to a few friends in the past. It's funny for me at times when some of my friends needed, you know, cash or financial help of any kind. It would be a bad time for me.
Right.
And I would feel really bad about that. So I would do everything that I could, you know, on an emotional level, just to support them in that. And I would let them know it's not to be ashamed to borrow or ask for something from somebody, because that's also a part of the whole friendship circle.
Do you guys think that you're the needy friend or the friend that people come to?
I think I'm the friend that people come to. I think I am.
I think lately I've been the needy friend.
Really?
Yeah. I think I've been the needy friend. And I absolutely hate that because it's like not what I view myself as. And prior to, like, you know, going through what it was that I went through last year with the whole thyroid situation, like, I've never really been the needy person. I've never been the emotional person. And now all of a sudden, you know, I'm that needy friend. And I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe.
But that gives other people a chance to show up and let you see what kind of friend, you know, what a two-sided friendship.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe I needed to go through that because, as the old adage goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And that's how you're really able to gauge who are your really friends, who are your real friends, or those friends who show up for you.
Right.
And I've had an opportunity to see people show up for me. Even though, like, it wasn't a big deal if they didn't show up for me, it was a mental note in the back of my mind. It was like, you know what? This person showed up for me, and it could have been a couple people who I didn't necessarily think would have shown up, and there are probably a few people that I thought would have shown up but didn't.
Right.
So what kind of friend are you? Do you think you're like the needy friend of ours, or the friend that's always showing up?
No, I'm not needy at all. I actually prefer to handle things by myself and not even bother with other people because I don't want to be disappointed.
Oh.
Yeah. But people lean on me and talk to me a lot about stuff, but
Okay.
And I feel like I give a good objective opinion on things. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a solid dude.
Of course you do, bitch.
Well, bitch, and I've been told.
Because you built for it.
Yeah. So what would you guys say the difference is between a club buddy and a friend?
I think club buddies can potentially turn into friends. I think friends like relationships. It starts off small and then it could metastasize into something much greater. So I feel like you might start off just being acquaintances with somebody, associates, and then y'all hang out, probably going to the club, going to the bar, and then you hang out with people outside of clubs, outside of bars, and you really get to know them on a deeper level, and they can become a friend. That friend can then become a best friend. That best friend later.
But in our lifestyle, do you think most people have more club buddies, people that they kick it with that they consider to be friends, but they really not? It's a lot of fake shit going on.
Because sometimes your friends don't want to go to clubs. You might be in a friendship situationship where your best friend is not a club person.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that doesn't mean you don't become friends with other people and you don't go out with other people.
Yeah, but I'm talking about people who confusing friends and fuck buddies. Fuck buddies.
Oh, God! My God! Look at baby Jesus. He sits high, looks low. Look at my God! If that ain't a word. But you're right. People are confusing friends with fuck buddies. He says, let the Lord use you. Let the Lord use you. I don't play that.
Do you guys have friends that you think would fuck your boyfriend?
Wait, no.
And has it happened before?
I needed Daebrian to answer. Everybody else needs to answer the other question.
Oh, what was the last one? Okay,
we could have moved on.
I know, but we clearly need, yeah.
I do have I did have a friend who I kind of realized somewhere in hanging out with this person that this person was my club friend.
Oh, okay.
It was more of a club buddy and not a friend. We would have the time of our lives when we partied, but when we, the few times that he came over my house or I went over his house and hung out, we had nothing to talk about. Mm-hmm. There was no chemistry there. It was just awkward, where you have to look for something to say or you're waiting for somebody else to show up to kind of break the monotony of the whole awkwardness. And so I realized then that we were not really friends. We were just club buddies.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you'll get a sense of we can grow into more, and then sometimes you're oh, okay, we should just I'll just meet you at the club.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Friend, Tavarus, do you have people who are club buddies versus friends?
No, I go to the club with friends or people that I rock with like that.
That's actually
because I don't like to be in a situation. When I was younger, I would go out with a lot of people or just be around people that I didn't really care for, and there's always some shit jumping off, and then they want you to fight with them and stuff, and I'm not doing it because you started the mess and you should have got beat up. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather not even. I don't even like to run with a lot of people at the club. I'll go with one or two, maybe three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep it real simple and yeah. But to the other question about friends fucking your man, have you ever been in that situation?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to think if it's more than once.
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure.
Well, Tavarus fucked my man, so.
Oh, girl. Actually, we shared a couple of men.
Oh, my God.
But it wasn't
How many did we share? I know of one.
Maybe three.
Good Lord. You probably don't know.
No, she don't.
Thank you.
But anyway, it wasn't it wasn't your man, though. Oh, girl.
Bitch, once my nigga, always my nigga.
Bitch, I came over. Remember we met up at, what's that place smell like dog food? The little Spanish place. El Pollo Loco.
I hate you for that. I don't know.
And I was telling you last year, remember I was saying we was up there watching Is the Earth Flat on YouTube, bitch? He ain't had no mood. He had all the lights on. Talking about
yeah. Well, that wasn't my man. That was somebody else.
No, I said we shared men.
Oh yeah, I probably borrowed him from somebody else too.
I'm sure.
Bitch, fuck you.
I don't put nothing past no hoe. I remember.
Oh wait a minute, but I'm not a hoe.
No, my boyfriend back in 2008, I used to run with this little crew or whatever, and I brought him to a New Year's Eve or New Year's party one day, and then they start keeping in touch with him on MySpace and inviting him to shit and everything. Bitch. And they ended up having a threesome with him.
Oh.
But
while he was your boyfriend?
after we
It
broke
doesn't
up,
even
but
matter.
like a few months
Yeah.
after. No, we was all roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't trust no bitch.
And that was 08, so you were like 28.
Oh, girl. I was very much 22.
It was good, bro.
It did. The situation with a friend sleeping with an ex for me, it happened, and we were really, really close friends, and it just so happened around the time where we were mending fences. We were kind of making up from a long period of not speaking, and around the time that we were making up, I was trying to fix things with my on again, off again boyfriend, and I remember my boyfriend at the time, his roommate, well, not roommate, a guy that was staying with him who really wasn't his roommate, came to me one day because me and my friend, everyone used to say we looked alike. He was just lighter. And so my roommate came, or my boyfriend's roommate came to me and he said, you got one of your friends, that the one that looks like you, he was over at the house last night.
Ooh.
And I was
roommate
like,
giving up tea?
Anybody see
yeah.
ya?
Yeah.
And so I called my boyfriend immediately, and I'm just like, so and so was at your house last night, and he was just like, who told you that? Who told you that niggas is keeping track of what's going on in my house? I said, that's not the fucking question.
Exactly, bitch.
So yeah,
Messy.
so yeah, it did
What was
happen.
his motive for telling you that?
We were really, really good friends. Me and the roommate were really, really, really close. And he, I think, was trying to get in and really be closer with me as a friend. Mm-hmm. And I think he felt like he was doing the right thing.
Okay.
But he ended up getting put out because he
Obviously.
told me.
What do you think the typical reasons are that gays in our community fall out with each other?
For that reason.
Hey,
Amen. I think it's
Gossip.
men, money, mess.
Catty.
And then I think jealousy.
Yeah.
That plays a part.
But hold on, I feel like a lot of times, like, we give a nigga we fucking with 1,000 chances, but with a friend we'll cut them off at the slightest thing.
We do.
And I've been guilty of that.
We do.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think you'll give a
It
nigga
ain't nothing
1,000
to cut
chances?
that nigga off.
Oh, girl.
I'm trying to get the shit. I cut them off all the same, at the same rate. I have a gift of goodbye, and it,
That's
I
good.
package it up, put a nice little bow on it, and say bye.
When's the last time you really fell out with somebody?
Was it a friend?
Yeah. The Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, no. So I've fallen out with acquaintances quicker than I
friend.
will fall out with a friend. I haven't fallen out with a friend for years because a friend knows my triggers.
Oh, okay. What about you, David?
Yes, come on.
You ain't
T.
fell out with nobody?
I just feel like we should move on to
Oh, so you recently fell out with your homies and he's a listener.
listen.
Hey, friend.
There's a solid three lifelong friends that I've fallen out with, and each one was just real, and it would just take me to another place, and I'm not ready to even discuss it.
Have you ever, like, stopped being or distance yourself from somebody based on, like, maybe what they've chosen to do as a profession? Like, I have a friend who's an escort, and it used to be a group of friends that used to hang out, but another friend distanced themselves because the other friend had, like, their pictures on Tumblr and stuff, and it was just, he didn't like the attention that the boy was getting. Like, he was just like, he thought it made all of us look trashy.
No, I don't. I've never done that. And I just feel like, to each his own. I can't knock you for what you're doing. If you have a respect for yourself and you own it and you paying your bills and you doing you, then
Right.
what does that say about me? Like,
Well, I have to go the other way.
you feel different about it?
Yeah. I can respect you as a person when you're doing what you're doing and you own it.
Yeah.
You want to escort. You want to sell drugs.
Okay.
But I don't want to be put in a position or in a predicament where now, like, I'm being defined because of my association with you or something. Like, let's say
So you would
you're
stop being that friend is what you're saying. Or you would distance yourself.
I would distance myself. I probably would stop being your friend.
Even if they've been a good friend to you.
I'm going to give you a drug dealer moment. So, like, if I have friends with a drug dealer, if I'm friends with a drug dealer, there's no way I'm getting in your car. Police pull
Well,
us
that I
over,
understand.
I'm going to jail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But an escort is illegal activity. Scamming is illegal activity. I'm not going to Neiman Marcus.
So
with
what if
you
they're not
when
escorting,
you're
they just
rocking
a
other
hoe?
people's cards? But I'm not going to Neiman Marcus with you if you're rocking other people's
Right.
cards. If you just
Right,
a
of
hoe,
course.
I mean, why would I make a difference if you're breaking the law? You're breaking the law.
Breaking the law. I feel like breaking the law is different. Like,
escorting is breaking the law.
So you wouldn't do that? You wouldn't be friends with them out of fear of getting caught up by the police, or just because you don't want nobody thinking you a hoe too?
Well, I don't feel like one, if this is somebody who's really my friend, I was 100 with you and said, I don't think this is a good choice. I think you have other options available to you. Okay. You know what? And let's get you doing something else.
As a friend, as a very supportive friend, yes, I think that.
Yeah, and then if you're doing it because if you're doing it. Because my next question is then why are you escorting and not working at McDonald's? Are you escorting because you're trying to keep up with the Jones, so you're going to lower yourself because this thing that you're trying to keep up with? These people don't even exist. Work hard for what it is that you have and be content for that. Don't try to compete with everybody else and sell your body and sell your soul. No.
So how well do you trust your friend's judgment when they introduce somebody else new to the group?
I trust them. I don't think they trust mine. And rightfully so, because I introduce.
You pick up a lot of strays.
Hello. Hello. I'm the girl that's bringing them in and be like, all right, girl, we're not talking to her no more.
I feel like if I bring somebody around, you should know they solid, but I don't trust other people's judgment.
No, I agree, because I bring so many people around, and just as quick as I bring them, I usher them out.
Yeah. I'm very much a side-eye bitch. I'm friendly, but I'm slow to warm up to anything new or anybody. I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
What about you, Daebrian?
I have a lot of friends, and I don't know what's different for me. I know who and who not to bring people around. Certain
right.
people. I'm really good with connecting, and if I feel like this group is not going to fuck with you, right. I'm not going to bring you around there. But if I feel like you'll mesh well with this group, then I'll take you around that group.
I don't like mixing friends.
You did say that before.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
I like to gauge it. I'm normally pretty good at I can bring these people here, and I can bring those people here, and I try not to mix the ones that I think will clash.
Yeah.
But every now and again, I'll be like, Blake, get out of your head and just know that
everybody grown and they'll figure it out.
Yeah, and they'll be grown. However,
I would hate to do that because it's if I feel like you're a friend, then I'm gonna be looking out. I would want everybody to like you like I like you, and I would be offended if you don't like my friend. I
know, I get it. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or if your friend didn't like the new friend. Yeah, that makes sense because then you're caught in the middle. And
not really in the middle. It's just want everybody to get along.
No, but it puts you in an awkward position when they don't get along.
Well, it ain't awkward because you ain't got to see them no more.
But then, okay, let's say these two friends break out into a fist fight. You're in the middle and you're like, oh, wait, but this is my friend. Oh, wait, but this is my friend. What do I do?
Oh, please, that would never happen. I wouldn't be in that situation. Yeah, okay. Y'all tired? Fight it out, girl. Call me and tell me who won.
Hello.
Do you guys think you've ever had friends who tried to compete with you? Or keep up or jealous of you? Or have you ever been jealous of another friend?
Ooh.
And don't be trying to paint it bitch.
I mean, I'm going to paint it the political because a friend has never came up to me and said,
you can say
do I think?
Yeah. Have you ever felt like you had somebody you was really rocking with and you look and you be like, bitch, are you trying to compete with me?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I think you have to distance yourself. Because you know what? I don't know who I was having this conversation with. I think, I know who it was. It was Adam. I could never wrap my head around, so oftentimes you have two best friends who get into a quarrel and one best friend kills the other.
What?
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't happen that often. Or I know people who've killed their best friend.
Okay.
Over drugs, over money. But then, so my question is well, how could that have ever been? We're friends. How could that have ever been?
Oh, right.
But I think one of the people that were in that friendship, they were always jealous of the other person. So, that's how you end up shooting the best friend. And I don't want to involve myself in situations like that. So I try not to have friends that, base their success off of how well I'm doing or how they measure up to me. Because that's fucking stupid. The only person I'm competing with is the bitch I was yesterday. And I'm just trying to be a better me today.
Right. So you've never been jealous of a friend?
No.
Felt anything? Okay.
No. No. And that's not to say that all my friends aren't great.
Right.
It's just iron sharpens iron. Mm-hmm. If I'm the smartest person in the room, then I need to change my circle. And I feel like we can all learn something from someone. So why would I be jealous about somebody that I can learn something from?
Right.
And yeah.
But you know how this lifestyle is. It's so catty and petty. I feel like our friendship works because I don't try to compete with you. I think for people who know you, they know that like you're a Gemini, you love to be the center of attention. At least this is my perception.
Okay.
Like, you know, you like
That's not
Blake. It can be extra, but it's not a bad thing. But I'm chill and I'm calm. I'm not trying to. It's a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just
You know
fits
what,
to
though,
me.
Tavares? Actually, that's a very good point. I have had situations where I think people have competed. They thought I was trying to be the center of attention, which I've never tried to be the center of attention. Maybe I don't try to be the center of attention, but I felt like people will interact in a room based on how I interact into a room, and I'm like, well, why are you trying to like? I felt I stopped being friends with those people though.
Yeah,
I've had friends who just, this is all in hindsight, that I feel like thought I was trying to compete with them, and I was catching all this shade that I didn't know existed, and I'm like, what is this all about? And I had a particular friend who was short, brown skin, shaped a lot like me, and I noticed that he wouldn't invite me to certain things that were going on because he wanted to get that attention for being that short, brown skin dude. And I wouldn't get invites from him, but somebody else would tell me, and I would show up, and I would be like, "Yo, ain't this your shit? Like, ain't we friends?" But I was getting into what was happening.
Yeah.
And we were falling out, and I didn't know why we were falling out, but now looking back, I know why. So I think there's those situations, which was an insecurity on his end. But I was catching it, like, okay, I see what this is.
Tavares, what about you?
What was the question again?
Oh my god.
Have I ever tried to compete with somebody?
Or do you feel like people try to compete with you? And how do you deal with it?
I don't think so. I've never tried to compete with nobody. I don't do that. I just do me. But I think I've had people like not invite me to certain things. It sounds bad. Either because they think I might look better than them, or like their boyfriend might like me and they don't want me around.
How do you know that? That's why they're not inviting you.
Because I know.
You know the gays.
Yeah, I know fags. I'm not new to people.
Or maybe that's something you tell yourself to be comfortable.
No, I'm not. I'm very.
Well, bitch, if I don't invite you, it's not because you're stealing my nigga. Bitch, because
well, why is it? Why wouldn't you invite me nowhere?
No, I'm saying I wouldn't invite you because of my nigga. It would be another reason.
Yeah, I mean, I probably asked. I can't think of nothing off top, but I've been in a situation where I'd be like, okay.
Make you think.
Yeah.
Well, but if my nigga, okay, so let's say if I introduce you to my nigga one day, like I introduce you, like, oh hey Tavarus, this is Joe Schmo. Tavarus, this is Joe Schmo, and you be like, oh hey Joe Schmo, you know, I introduce you, y'all chumming it up. I see you over there next to the refrigerator, you making Joe Schmo drinks, you fixing this plate and shit. No. Y'all laughing and keying. You're like, oh, you know, then you hit me on the line like, oh yeah, like, you know, your boyfriend really cool or whatever. That'd be the last time you ever meet him.
Right. Well,
that's
I feel
it.
Like if I feel like you really my nigga's type, you're not coming around anyway. Kind of like what we talking about. Like,
oh, okay, so you don't invite.
You like I'm short and black, girl. Good night.
That's
nice to meet you.
Mind you, I must cop to that too. Like, I wouldn't invite somebody that I felt was my nigga's type. I'm never gonna put one of my friends.
I'm not waving me in front of no lion.
Huh?
Waving me in front of a lion.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wouldn't put myself in a predicament that I know.
So wait. So if you're, I don't agree.
Like,
with this.
okay. Let me.
No, I don't agree with
ahead.
this. So if both of you are men, say I like them, you know, normally, babe, what I go for is like a short brown skin type of set.
Oh, let's say my boyfriend likes Latinos. I'm not inviting a room full of Latinos.
And then y'all having a little get together, and I'm like, bitch, I'm coming. Like, what's up? I'm coming.
I've never been in this situation, so I don't know what I was saying.
Okay,
But I'm gonna say
saying.
no. I'm gonna invite you.
Okay.
I'm not inviting you.
Okay.
If you're like explicitly his type, and I know that from the jump, and I'm not inviting you on the strength of I think he's gonna make a play for you. I think you're gonna disrespect me.
Right.
I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I'm like looking at it like and waiting for something to happen.
Right.
And I catch him look at you, and then now I'm popping off.
Now,
Like,
see,
for instance,
I don't agree with that.
It's a lot of guys who don't like dark skinned guys, right? So I meet a lot of guys who be like, well, I don't normally date dark skinned guys, but like you're a beautiful guy. I want you. but they like a yellow bone. Like I like a yellow bone. So if I know you like a big yellow bone, bitch, then girl, my homegirl got to sit this one out.
Tavarus, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Girl, you can't come to game night tonight.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think that if you trust your friends and your friends are mature,
all of that sounds great.
It does sound great, but I mean, it's just.
Well, I will say,
that's just how I feel.
Me and my friends have a very clear understanding. This, when you meet someone's man, boyfriend, boo, bae, whoever they bring around. First of all, they're not really bringing random niggas around. It's people that they really kind of fucking with or getting to know. But it's like, don't be too all asking them too many questions, talking too much, chummy.
You're saying this to your boo, or you're saying
no?
This to
My
your
friends know,
but your
not
friends
to interact with your
that.
man like that.
Your friends already know.
No,
that.
this is a conversation and understanding. I'm saying that's how we roll.
See, there's a code though.
There is a code. We saying the same thing.
Yeah, but we're much older now than we were.
And all the rules still apply.
In the 20s,
and guess what? If the piece get out of line and want to add you on Facebook, my homegirl gonna say, "Oh, bitch, he just added me, girl. Check him because you don't need to be adding him."
And now I gotta pop my man, and now we can't walk down the aisle.
Well, now we not talking no more.
Exactly. I done missed my blessing because I done put myself in a situation where things could go left.
Yeah.
I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not participate, be an active participant. And if I know what the outcome may be or there's a possibility,
yeah.
I just feel like my set of friends now, and this includes you guys, I feel like we're more mature than that, and it's an unspoken code that you just don't. Like, there's not one friend that I have here in LA that I would kick it with their boyfriend or ex without them being around.
And you a good quality guy.
I do the same thing. Yeah.
But
they don't build them like this no more. Matter of fact, they never built them like this before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This
fags don't really be living by no code like that. Like, it's always some shit.
I'm not gonna trust you around my nigga.
What if that's the week that your regular friend bringing strays around?
Baby girl.
But that goes back to something too. That's different. Last year I graduated and I had a huge graduation party, and my best friend always has a tag along, and all his tag alongs are usually young, very early 20s, just very fresh, ready. And he said, hey, and at the time my boyfriend was living with me, he said, hey, me and my friend, we just need a place to crash or whatever while we're in LA. Can we stay at your house? And I said, no, you can stay at my house. He can't stay at my house. I don't know him. And then he was just like, oh, ain't nobody trying to take your nigga. And
because your man was staying with you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't care. I don't know this boy.
couldn't stay there either.
It all makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm not with
grabbed
that.
my purse, you grabbed yours too. Come on, sis.
Bitch, when I leave my house, every bitch.
Every bitch. Mary J said,
Mama, you get your shot.
Mary said,
good night.
Let a woman go get you.
Why do you guys think it's so much like discrimination amongst us gays in our own community? Like, why don't we support each other?
Insecurity.
I think we were born and we were bred that way. I think our discrimination is deeply rooted in society and in America. So if we're talking about are we talking about the gay community or are we talking about the black gay community? Which then segregates it even further.
Yes.
So and that's because I can't speak on what happens in the white gay community. I can't necessarily speak, so which means I can't speak on what happens in the whole gay community because there's a whole half of
black
it I don't
gay.
know.
Yeah.
So now if we're talking just black gay, then we've already carved out a whole nother race of people who are also gay. So we start off discriminating with the question. And then because we, as black gays, we discriminate on masc, femme, fat, skinny, muscular, trans, all these other things. We like to put people in boxes and define them with labels, bottom, top, versatile. And we're a culture of discrimination and segregation. And we want to find out where everybody fits. So it's just, and I'm not condoning it by no means at all. I feel like we need to find a way to work through that. We need to find a way to unpack it, pack it up, and realize that we're all one community and we're all one. And although we do come with all these different labels, that's just part of who we are. That's not who we are as a full people. Why do you think there's discrimination?
I don't know.
I
think it's insecurity too. I mean, even with this show and being a new platform or business or whatever you want to call it, it's a few gays in the community that we reached out to do this show, and they paid it. know what I'm saying? Almost with the attitude of like, well, you're not big enough yet for me to come on there, so bitch, catch you on the next one. And I think it's late. And bitch, don't come on when they get popping either.
Come on, glow up.
Good night. So I don't know why gays do what they do.
Yeah. They are Hollywood of some fashion.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so let's move topics a little bit and talk about a little bit of well, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about, well, this might have been off air. We were talking about our numbers and how many people we've had sex with.
Oh god, it was off air.
Off air, no. I'm not. But my question is, how concerned are you with keeping your number low? Like, do you, like, for instance, are you conscious of saying I'm only gonna fuck 2 people at a time?
What do you mean at a time?
Like only, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Have 2 people on my team, or are you conscious of that?
You asking this to me?
I'm asking you.
I'm not sleeping. Listen, I'm not sleeping with 2 people at a time.
Never.
No,
in the
maybe.
same week. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like sexual hookups, but not like consistently. I don't have like 2 main niggas. I've never had like 2 main niggas. I probably had a nigga and a side
Never
nigga.
2 fuck buddies at one time?
No. Why would I need 2? Why can't I just have 1?
Because one might be inconsistent, the other one is coming.
Can't I just wait?
Can you, bitch?
Bitch, yes. You the hoe.
Oh, girl. We not gonna name call.
Right, we not. Oh, you
and lie.
No, okay, but to get to the question, am I concerned with my numbers? I am concerned with my numbers from a different point of view, but it's not like a number. I just don't want to be like out here having all the boys. Right. I don't want to walk into a room and even had everybody in the motherfucking room.
Right.
We said that.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really care. I'm free. I'm not counting how many people I've had sex with. I'm not looking for a number. If I end up having
you're not
sex
like,
with,
I'm doing too much. I done had 3 niggas this month.
No.
Okay. What about you?
I've said that to myself.
And just keep having.
No.
Yes.
I said this to some friends, but I feel like 2017 was probably my
whole year? No, you had a man there, right?
Oh,
I had a man most of that year.
Oh, come on.
We broke
rebound,
up. We broke up in the summertime. No, I just.
2017 is your what year?
It was my fast year. I was faster than I normally.
Even when you was in your early 20s?
I was probably 2017 probably mimicked my second year of coming out.
Oh, wow.
Baby girl, you had a strong 6 months. If you was in a relationship for the first half of the year and was fucking for the rest of the half, come on, man.
But there's no judgment, bitch.
But it wasn't all. Granted, it wasn't all about like, like penetration type sex or anything like that. It was just I was getting a lot of attention. Last year. And I didn't know how to deal with it. And I think it was because I was so vulnerable from the breakup.
So you were seeking the attention, or people were just noticing you more?
I think people were noticing me more, and
you were going out more.
And I was more social.
Oh, okay.
I was being more social than I think I had.
You were being single.
I was being single. I was trying to get over my breakup, and I thought I was doing what was right by just putting myself out there.
And you wasn't doing nothing wrong.
I wasn't, but I didn't feel like I was really being my true self either.
Only way to get over one is to get under another.
Hello.
And these niggas is like the number 2 bus that come every 15 minutes.
Come on.
What have you ever been in a situation where, like, say it's your first time meeting up with somebody, y'all get naked, y'all about to have or whatever, and they kind of like hiding or like turning the lights off and don't want you. Like, do you inspect the ass and the penis on y'all first time getting together?
Yes.
I don't.
I look at everything.
No.
But I guess I probably should. I mean,
I look.
You looking at the dick with a flashlight?
I mean, bitch, you put your mouth on it in the dark. If this your first time laying up,
I'm giving a good sniff. And I got a nose like Bailey.
Bailey is his dog, everybody.
Bitch.
I just gotta look for bumps and stuff.
I guess I I can still see in the dark. It doesn't get that dark in here.
I don't know.
Bitch, I ain't having sex in a pitch black closet with sunshades on.
Like, be like, oh, can you turn the light off? Which I'm all for a mood too, but it's like I feel like you hiding something. Especially if this is our first time laying up. I need to.
We don't have to have the bright lights on, but I have a set like the ambiance.
You need to stand right next to this candle and let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
Wait, that's kind of like the boy that you said. One of the boys that you said we shared and we had in common, and we talked about the thing that was on his butt.
Oh my god!
Oh, which one?
I hope this boy is not listening.
The one that says he
They're
see
whispering.
ghosts.
He whispering. Hold on.
The one that said he see ghosts in his apartment. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he had something on his butt?
Bitch, you
my
told me
God.
you saw something on his butt.
I can't remember.
And that was part of the reason why y'all didn't have sex or something?
No, he was weird.
Oh, okay.
He was weird as fuck. And then mind you, the nigga told me he was a top, but we just played. We didn't even do nothing. And then Blake fucked him. Of all niggas. I'm like, oh, she tried to play me. I can never let this girl get on my back. Good night. When you told me that, bitch, I fell out in El Pollo Loco.
And woke up smelling like dog because that's what it smelled like in the Pollo Loco.
Oh my God.
Mind you, he was eating El Pollo Loco when I was at his house. And the nigga, you know how like I have a thing about people's mouths being clean, especially if you're trying to kiss me or something.
Don't kiss me.
You can't just eat. You ain't drank nothing after that or rinsed your mouth. He ate all this dog food chicken and come up in my fucking face. I was disgusted and ready to go.
You grabbed your wig.
I stayed a little longer, but I didn't kiss him in the mouth. Hell.
Oh my God.
Do y'all remember the first time you sucked dick
Yes.
and like you didn't know what you were doing, or did you?
The first time
Lord.
that I attempted was with my first boyfriend, and he stopped me.
Because you was doing bad.
He just didn't like it.
Do you still get that complaint?
No, but I know I'm not the greatest because I don't really.
But do you try to be bad on purpose so they tell you make you leave them alone?
No, because I ain't gonna do it if I don't feel like doing it.
You good at sucking dick, Blake, right?
Yeah. Y'all keep heat about that?
It was a very confident.
Now, were you
yeah.
born to suck dick, or you
I
had to
think so,
learn?
actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Even before, okay, so I was going to say, like, I've been sucking dick probably since, probably like 5. Before I knew what sucking, yeah, like legit. Before I knew what sucking dick was. So
Wait,
if you were
5?
Were you molested?
No, not as a child.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was sucking dick willingly.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh no, I was sucking dick willingly. I wanted to, so I had a lot of practice, a little bit. But that was when I didn't necessarily know what oral sex was.
Right.
But when I can tell you when I found out that I was good at sucking dick was one of the first times. Like it was at the beginning of me sucking dick.
Okay.
And this boy used to call me tornado tongue.
Oh. Okay, mouth of the South. Bitch, wearing St. Martin now. St. Martinville.
Actually was in Michigan, and he was like, "Damn, you got that tornado tongue." And I was like, "What you mean? Like everybody else like dick like this?" And I try not to tell boys that I'm good at giving head because I like to set the bar low.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then that way, you know,
Under
they be
promise
like,
and overachieve.
yeah, they'd be like real surprised when they do it. But also to my credit is when I first got into sucking dick, I wore braces. So I felt like metal braces. So I felt like I had to go that extra mile.
I had somebody recently for the first time with braces giving me head, and I was spooked. But they did a good job.
Well, yeah,
but I couldn't even relax and get into it.
People with braces are very
Mind
cognizant.
you, they were
of
going
it.
fast, and they was like, I was like, okay, you need to.
Because you know what you're doing. You're cognizant. You're like, you can't cut his dick. You don't want to be that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that girl. You don't have that reputation. And then it's kind of like working out with ankle weights or running with ankle weights. As soon as you take those ankle weights off, you're even better at running.
Oh wow.
Right.
And braces
think about
for
that.
me were ankle weights. And then when I took them off, and bitch, and I, they call me
Took
mouth
them
for the
training
cell.
Okay. Do y'all give like quiet head or like sloppy head?
Sloppy. I try to do
Sloppy
both.
toppy.
I start off quiet. Oh, I'm not gonna give the children on my teeth because the bitch ain't gonna be out here out sucking me.
Okay, what about you, Daebrian? You real cute with it, or you be spitting on it, getting nasty?
No, when I mean, you know, I kind of like play to what they love, what they're into, and so you can kind of tell just how they squirm or how they move around. But like I said, I'll try. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really do try to go in because like I said in past episodes, I do that when I love you. I don't just be. I don't do it for casual. So I do it when I like really love you.
You don't. Oh, we did talk about this. You don't just suck every dick that.
Nope.
Oh no.
No.
Well, I don't suck every dick great. But if
you know
want
what?
your dick suck,
But you know what? For me, it's a double standard too, and I know I'm wrong for this because I expect you to eat the booty every time I have sex.
That is not different.
I feel like
it's the same thing.
I
love to eat ass. I do not like sucking dick. But I'm
Eating
not
ass is
bad
more
at sucking
intimate.
dick, but I'm not great at it either.
Do you think you're good at eating ass?
I'm amazing. Olympic sport winner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Daebrian? You think you're good at eating ass?
No, not at all.
Oh well, y'all both bottoms. Well, you eat a little bit, don't you?
Why do you?
I don't like.
I mean, a lot of bottoms don't like. I love a verse bottom that like to eat,
I would. I mean,
but I don't want you practicing on me.
I've done it. I do it for like boyfriends and shit like that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even want that if your heart ain't in it. Don't do it.
But I'm not just doing it. I just don't.
I'm talking about when you do it, bitch. You gotta go in.
Yeah, but I'm really. I don't know. I get really scared when it comes to my mouth. I don't even be kissing, so you got the wrong person.
You just lay there starfish.
She lay there and just want to get pounded.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Starfish.
He's nodding everyone.
Like a starfish like this.
That's okay. First of all, that is not true. It's not always about getting pounded. I like to jack. I love to jack off.
You giving the session we talked about off air just now.
What? A
lazy.
My session's far from lazy. My session's very passionate. And you gonna have a good time.
It'd be a passionate jack session.
Right.
I love the jack.
Bitch, I am not in kindergarten. I wish a man would ask me to come up to his house and jack.
But I'm not.
Way.
But I'm not. I'm just very, very extremely particular with my mouth.
As you should be.
I don't want to be kissing.
I'm talking about whenever you do anything, bitch.
When I do, you know, rock the mic. I rock the mic well.
Okay. Come on, Meek Mills.
Yeah.
What do you guys do in a situation where you have a boyfriend and your significant other is gaining weight? And you don't like it.
I love that shit.
Have you ever?
You like when they gain weight?
Mm-hmm. I've only ever dated one person that was gaining weight while we were together.
And you was like, keep eating, boo.
And I was like, I love it. It looked good on you. I loved it.
You won't, because you don't want nobody else to want them.
Probably so.
Oh, that's why you be inviting your friends over that he probably gonna get into because your friend's still not gonna get into him because he done put on a little piece of weight.
No, because. Shut up, Blake.
I will say the one thing that I did regret about, well, not the one thing, it's probably more than that, but one thing I do regret about me and my ex-boyfriend is he would struggle with his weight, and one day I called him fat.
Oh, you was trying to be.
And I did it with malicious intent.
Yeah.
And I was upset.
But it's one thing to get with somebody that's already chunky, but if you get with them the way you like them and then they start putting on weight, it's different, right?
I mean, I feel like this is a little love weight.
But that's what I'm gonna say. If you putting on weight, then you're probably happy.
Yeah, but you gotta be conscious of that, especially when you get over 30.
So what does that mean? Like, okay, so if you're
like, I put on 13 pounds with my last man, being happy and fat and cooking and shit.
And what happened?
And it'll never happen again.
You think that's why y'all not together? Because you put on 13 pounds?
That ain't why we not together.
Okay, clearly.
But girl, you still gotta keep it together. He wasn't gonna tell me nothing, but you ain't about to have me out here. Nobody else want me.
I mean, no, I do think for self, if you for self, you don't get out there and put on too much weight because if that dude leave you the next day, you got to hit the ground running and let him know. And then also you got to keep your hair fixed, rocking your latest outfits. You know, she said I keep my body tight. Yeah. All right, one of the two. Yeah. But I think, and then when you get back on the market, you need to hit the ground running.
What's the weirdest thing a guy's ever asked you to do sexually?
Fist him.
Did you do it? That ain't weird.
You did it?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That is weird.
I fisted somebody many times.
Oh.
Elbow.
Ew. Mind you, I went like...
all the way to your elbow?
Bitch, I went here. It wasn't even full fist. It was just right to the knuckles.
White, of course.
You have a very big arm.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Like, that bitch looked like my calf.
My God.
You know I got these women's calves.
Did you feel like organs when you did that?
I don't feel nothing, but
Good
like
night.
Yeah.
All the way to your elbow?
Like right here.
Did you fuck him afterwards?
I fucked him before.
You didn't fuck him afterwards?
No. What am I gonna do with that, bitch?
No. So I want to say this: the boy that I shouldn't say fisted, I guess knuckled.
Oh,
because it went up to like here.
Yeah.
But I fucked him after, and it was actually even better because it was like wetter and slimy. Because there's a sliminess that happens.
Okay.
Even though it like disgusted me because I was looking away and I was like, oh God, please no. But yeah, it was actually better.
What about you, Daebrian?
This guy.
Other than the guy who asked you to time up in your closet.
I was gonna say that, but
I don't know how you top that.
This guy asked me to fuck his feet.
That's common too. There's a lot of feet fetishes.
This feet fetish. Oh, what was a foot fetish?
I love feet, but I don't want nobody putting their dick on my feet.
He wanted me to fuck his feet.
Cute toes and shit, and get my feet touched.
I think he fucked my feet.
I think he asked me to see my feet.
Yeah, he makes you send photos.
I didn't do all of that.
Wait a minute.
Oh, he did ask me that.
He wanted to see the bottom of the feet. He wanted to see the top of the feet.
I think
Is he light skinned?
He light brown.
He's kind of big.
He fine.
He's fine. Like
Yeah.
He's fine now.
Pretty
But
boy
yeah,
bald.
Oh, you had him too?
No, my friend had.
Oh, goddamn.
I know who you're
He's
talking
around.
about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
he's sexy.
I've never done anything with him. But
Now,
my
I actually
friend
came
did.
across his profile the other day. It said 80% top. It's on 90%.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, we talking about the same one.
Same guy.
We might as well say his name. No.
No, I shared this with him.
I had somebody. I had a man ask me to shit on him for $60,
What?
and I didn't do it. Cause I'm like, okay, so after that shit, I gotta wipe you. Like,
What I'm with this toilet paper that I'm gonna wipe my ass with.
what am I supposed to do with you after I shit on you?
Shit on him
That's
where? At his
business.
house?
I don't know.
You get your $60 off the nightstand and go about your business.
You should
I
have
don't
asked
wanna
him.
smell- I'm-
you
first of all,
should have
I'm a lady,
said.
I don't do that.
You should have said, "Now, if I shit on you, can I go after?"
That was,
I go home.
I don't know.
Remember my
Anyway,
320s.
Right.
that was it. Make sure y'all tune in next week for some more nasty, ratchet, raunchy, dirty shit.
Literally.
Right. Remember, next week's episode is the fan appreciation episode, so get your questions in. RatedMA Podcast at gmail.com. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.